What's going on, boys? Good morning. So today is Monday, January 20th, and I just want to talk about the time value of money. I actually just had a phone call this morning come in. It was some sort of scam call, but it got me thinking because it was a certain area code that I recognize, that I was like, hey, this may actually be about my flood insurance. And then I got to thinking about all the insurance for each new year, the car insurance, because I have like multiple cars and everything, and just the time value of money in all of that. And is it worth just doing all of it by yourself or hiring it out? And I would say if you're not making enough money, then probably, okay, before that, you should probably do it yourself so you know what you're doing before just assuming that someone's going to do their job right. I have a phrase that's, no one can do their job right. And so, I wish I could say everyone's going to do their job right, but let's say you're at the fast food line. Well, I'm always having to check the bag to make sure that it's actually done right because, too many times it isn't. And it's not an indictment on them. It's just the fact that it's not going to be right when I get it done and I get home. In fact, I actually had a story one time. We were with some buddies. We were ordering some Taco Bell. This was like years ago. And they didn't have all the tacos in there. And he's like, well, thanks for checking, John, because half the time they're not going to check. And I'm like, yeah, I always have to check. And I do it right there at the window too, because that way I don't have to go back in. Because guess what? I might as well have just gone inside at that point, if that was literally going to be the case. So to avoid, lazy works twice methods, you got to do it that way. So I would implore you to try to learn all these things on your own first, and then you can be able to hire it out. So then when they're doing it wrong, you can tell them and call them out on their nonsense. So mowing the grass. I got a guy across the street who wants to come mow our grass all the time. Hey, that's great, man. And I'm hitting him up on his offer because I tell you what, it takes so much time and effort to use my electric lawnmower and then use the weed whacker and try to get all that done in a timely manner because, well, I don't know if you guys see my schedule, but I'm super packed most of the time. So trying to fit the grass mowing in there, and I don't even like it, is one of the hardest things. So I just pay him like $30. He does the front and the backyard, and it's not even a big yard, and it saves me over an hour. Something I could be doing other things with. And so, it's interesting because one of my buddies was telling me about how the time value of money is so big and that you really do need to not just squeeze time. And I've learned that on my own, but being able to export things, being able to have other people do things for you as well. So your taxes. Are you good at your taxes? You should probably do it a few times so you know what you're doing, but maybe export that out. Maybe doing your lawn, like I was saying. We've even had it to where we were doing dishes, and we don't even want to do the dishes, that you would literally make eggs in a tin foil, and then you would just throw everything away so you wouldn't have a pot to clean up. That's how crazy it can get. And it's not actually laziness. Because you're saving yourself a lot of time by not having to wash the dishes or throw it in the dishwasher. I tell you what, the dishwasher is always so jam-packed full of stuff from just one person. And then by the time my brother comes in, he's got a whole nother load to run. And it's how did that happen? The house is set up for 4 people. And here we are, one person's using the entire dishwasher. Multiple rounds of laundry. How can we squeeze time is the biggest thing. So, yeah, that was just on my mind this morning because I got a phone call from some scam number. But I do have to do my flood insurance because we live in a flood zone, I guess, allegedly. So that's something I got to deal with. And either I have to do it or I got to have somebody else do it. But either way, it's got to get done. And that's just another thing you add to your to-do list. And then let's say you were to have kids or you have pets and you have doctor's appointments and stuff. Your schedule gets so packed that there isn't any more you time. When are you going to focus on you, right? We're often talking about discipline and becoming a better version of ourselves. But how can we possibly do that when we're so packed jam full of everything? And then you have work on top of it, you know? And so it can easily mentally stress you out. And, you know, I talk to some people, some of my friends, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice not to go to work, not to not feel good, even though you got 2 hours of sleep. And that's true. It's very true. But, you know, hopefully we can find ways around that and make some time for ourselves, you know. And we do. I think a lot of us do. But I think a lot of us waste a lot of time on the phone too. Just nonsense. I'm very guilty of that, you know. But now I'm more in the realm of creating stuff instead of just consuming it a lot more, because I've actually built up some sort of skills. Before, I didn't really have that. It was just kind of, well, let me just talk theory. You know, this was like years ago. But now I actually have some sort of basis for what I'm saying, and hopefully it can help you guys out. So, yeah, time value of money, man. Try to push forward on that. If you can save yourself 1 minute here, 1 minute there, like they say, count your pennies, they all add up. It's very true. Export anything you need to or can, if you have the money and time for that. And if you're a corporate guy like me, working a 9 to 5, you technically should have some money. If not, okay. But get to that point, because then you're going to start saving time, because you're going to have the money now, so you're going to be able to save your time and start doing the things you want and need to do in order to increase your life and become a better version. So anyway, boys, headed to work. Almost there, actually. It's interesting, I have like no lights all the way to work, so that's kind of nice. It's just a bunch of highway. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to this cold. I need to get like myself some mittens or like a scarf or something, because by the time I get into the office, like my ears are like ready to just peel off, just like rip off like a chip, like snap. But anyway, boys, good talking to you as always. Take care. In a world full of fakeness and deception out here, keep dominating your realities. See you later.